Welcome to On the Agenda, the show that lets you know all about the actions your city leaders are making. At their Monday, January 5th meeting, City Council members appointed a resident to the TERS No. 3 board and authorized the mayor to cast the city's vote for the small cities representative to the Metro board. Here's a full rundown of council's actions from their meeting. Council held a public hearing and approved an ordinance on the first of two readings that amends the impact fee for water services and adopts an impact fee for wastewater services within the Mustang Bayou service area.
And that fee is in your memo, where we have a water fee that will be $1,009.84 will be the impact fee for water. And this opportunity is the time to develop a new wastewater impact fee for those areas that are undeveloped. And remind you that those that are developed have already paid their fees. This is an update. We did not have a wastewater impact fee. Those that did were because of development agreements. So this gives us an opportunity to do that. And with that, that impact fee is $2,276.29. That's after the 50% credited cost.
Council next appointed Bobby Merchant to the Tax Increment Zone No. 3 board, position 2.
Now is council's opportunity to appoint him or another representative to the vacant position on the TERS No. 3 board for position number 2.
Is there a motion? I move that we appoint Bobby Merchant to reinvestment zone number 3.
Second. Councilman Smith made the motion. Councilman White made the second. All those in favor? Motion carries. Very good.
Council next awarded a $117,351 contract to Rabat Kistner Consultants to provide geotechnical engineering services for the installation of the water transmission main to Riverstone and Mud 46 area.
Mud 46, this is to provide geotechnical services, testing to make sure basically we put it in. Contractor compacts the material, places the concrete, meets specs. And this is traditionally what we do is that we run that geotechnical contractor as part of the city. And so we selected and went through that with Rabat Kistner. We feel that's the most appropriate firm. We dealt and spoke with the infrastructure committee on that, and Rabat Kistner was part of the design team, so they have intimate knowledge, so therefore we felt we got the best value for that project.
The mayor was next authorized to cast the city's votes for the small cities representative to the Metro board.
I know that legislatively it does not have to be approved. In some of the cities, I gave them all the option. I said, I think it's a courtesy thing that you need to put it on your agendas and let your council know that we're going to be voting on this representative. So,
and if the mayor, Katie, stepped out to do this, we ought to show visible support.
Yeah. And he, I talked to Don about this over 2 months ago when I knew this was coming up, and he did a lot of work and seeing how much time it was going to take, and it is a commitment. It's one that's going to take a lot of time, and quite frankly, I'm tickled to death that Don is the person that hopefully will do it. So anyway, I would like your permission to do that. Huh?
You need a motion? Or?
Council next approved an ordinance on the first and final reading that amends the general budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2014 and ending June 30th, 2015.
An ordinance of the City of Missouri City, Texas, amending the general budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2014 and ending June 30, 2015, transferring various appropriations among accounts, appropriating supplemental revenue to various fund accounts, authorizing the appropriate city officials to take steps necessary to accomplish such transfers, making certain findings and containing certain provisions relating to the subject.
Is there a motion? This is something we do all the time. It's just an adjustment. That's your motions on the budget committee.
Second. Straightening out the books.
Any questions? Not, we'll vote. All those in favor? Motion carries.
Council authorized the issuance and sale of $9.2 million worth of general obligation bonds.
Which means we're not going to sell more than $10 million this year. We're selling 9.2. We left some room for some lease purchase obligations to be done throughout the year. We just really hit what the market was hungry for, which was some good, strong rated paper. So we opened the gates and they came running. You can see, the winning bid from Frost Bank was a 2.626, and right behind them was Piper Jaffray with a 2628. So really, all of those bids were very tight, except maybe the last two that were in the 290 category. But for the most part, those are all great bids that at the beginning of the day, before they came in, if somebody would said, would 270 work? I'd be, yeah, that'd be good. I'd be happy.
Well,
So,
the reason for my question was really to make sure that, that the message gets out that they selected us because of our high credit rating, we're financially sound. So, and that's a message I think we need to make sure it gets out to, our residents, because, there are some, who say, be careful, the cities aren't fully funded, or, they could be in potential trouble. So I just want to make sure that people understand that that's not the case for Missouri City.
Council passed a resolution that adopts the legislative agenda for the 84th regular session of the Texas Legislature.
Allows staff in between meetings, it provides direction as you speak with legislators to be able to have a city position on these items, and provides clarity, and does not mean we're not coming back for additional discussion, but it does provide a framework in which we can move forward in discussing things. And
Joe, one
prepare
of
for
the
rest.
things that came up in the county, and I know that it doesn't necessarily affect us, but it may in the long term, is that there is a bill that's being introduced to lower the age of minors from 17 to 16. Or from 16 to 70. In other words, they're saying that a minor now will be, at age 17, will be treated as a minor instead of an adult.
For what purpose? You
Yeah.
need to say that.
Yeah, and for any criminal purposes whatsoever.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah,
in what the
but what it
statement-
does, and what the county's concerned about, is that they don't have the capability right now to house all of those juveniles if that were to happen. Their main concern is, and which I was surprised, that by lowering that, they're gonna end up with twice as many girls as there are boys. That apparently the statistics show that there are more girls that are in that category that they would have to house, and the county doesn't have the facilities to house that many girls. So they're talking about millions of dollars to build facilities in Fort Bend County and other counties to house juveniles that would have normally been housed in the county jail.
Council next approved a resolution that authorizes the execution of advanced funding agreement with the Texas Department of Transportation for an on-system congestion mitigation air quality program. This project allows the city to install a complete ITS system entirely citywide.
This project will expand the first phase, which was completed around 2010. And what we'll do is we'll add additional dynamic message signs. We'll put in another communications tower on the south side of the city where we've added more signals. We'll add more closed circuit TVs, and Bluetooth readers to accentuate our traffic map, which shows traffic on our major corridors. So those are the elements that this project will basically expand our current system.
And finally, Council approved a resolution that approved the Police Department's submission of a grant application to the Texas Department of Transportation for overtime activities by
and
law
any other
enforcement
provisions
to
related
reduce
thereto.
the incidence
goodness.
of traffic collisions, injuries, and fatalities.
Good evening, Council.
I wouldn't waste a whole lot of time. You got a motion and a second. All those in
Okay.
favor?
You might talk us out of it.
That's right. Oh, we got a show of hands here. Get your hand.
For a full list of Council's decisions, including the consent agenda, click on the Council Connection link at the bottom of the MissouriCityTX.gov homepage. Keep watching Missouri City Television to learn more about Missouri City events and programs. For Missouri City, I'm Corey Stottlemyre.